All right, good morning, fourth graders. Happy Friday. I hope you had a nice short week at school. I'm really excited for today. Today is your end task for virtual learning. And this week we've been focusing on national parks, and we visited 3 national parks this week. We visited Glacier National Park, Grand Canyon, and Yosemite. And now is the time for you. Hey. Sorry about that. Every now and then you might hear my puppies growl. Hey, shh. Relax. Now is the time, fourth graders. It's the end of the week for you to pick which park you would want to go to and why. In the directions, I did say I want you to pick 3 details from the text. 3 reasons why you chose that park. And I'm going to model that to you today. You know that I've been working on Yellowstone. So as I was reading my text, I actually did have to go back and reread the text, which is not going to hurt you, fourth graders. I'm going to post all 3 texts so it's easy peasy lemon squeezy to get to. But I had to go back and be like, what were my reasons? So I went back and I reread the text, and these were my 3 reasons. There's over 250 geysers in the park. It's the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone, which is beautiful, and I have some supporting details here as well. And there's a mud volcano area. The skill we're going to work on today, fourth graders, first cite, then explain. And we were working on that a lot before spring break this year, fourth graders. We were using a detail from the text, which is citing it, and then we were explaining our reasons why, or explaining what that meant to the reader, because we have to treat the reader like they're stupid. That's right, fourth graders, good job. So right here are my 3 details that I'm going to use. I just wrote those down so I didn't forget. And here's my exit ticket today. Using details from the text. How many details? 3. Good. Using details from the text, which park would you want to visit and why? The first thing I'm going to do in my written response, fourth graders, is I'm going to restate the question and put it into a sentence form, and I'm going to indent. The park I would most like to visit is, and I'm going to write Yellowstone, and remember, fourth graders, it's the proper noun because it's the name of a park. Yellowstone National Park, located in Montana. Calvin, sit. Good boy. All right, so right there, I've gone ahead and I've taken which park I would want to visit, and I said, and I also gave them the answer as well. The park I would most want to visit is Yellowstone National Park, located in Montana. Now I'm going to go ahead and get started with some of my details. One of the reasons I would like to visit Yellowstone, again, going to capitalize that, why, because it's the first letter of a name, is because the park has over 250 geysers. All right there, I've cited. I gave you when you cite, you're giving a specific detail. You're taking specific information from the text and you're using it in your writing. I'm not going to copy it. I am going to paraphrase and say it in my own words. However, now I need to explain. Well, what's so great about a geyser? Why would that be a reason you need to go? Well, right now, I'm going to explain to the reader why the 250 geysers is a reason I would want to go to the park. I live in the state of Florida, also a capital letter because it is the name of a state. And we don't have any geysers that I know of. Meaning, if we have them, I'm not aware of them. period. That's the end of a thought, so I'm going to add some punctuation right there. It would be, sorry about that, that's Calvin playing with a toy. It would be amazing to travel to Montana to see something I have never seen before. Period. All right, fourth graders, I want you to look at just the length of what I wrote here, okay? It's not really about the length, but did I answer the question? Well, here's the thing, fourth graders. If you're looking at this, it already kind of looks like a paragraph, but the reality is I've only written one detail. I haven't even given my 2 other details. So you really need to take the time to explain, Calvin. You really need to take the time to explain your thinking. I'm going to show you here how I would transition to my second detail, and then I'm going to revise. I'm not going to write my whole thing, but I am going to show you how I would transition to a second detail. Here we go. So I've gone ahead and I've told you, I've restated the question into sentence form. I cited my reason, and then I explained. Now I'm going to go ahead and cite a second reason why I would want to go to Yellowstone. And here's one way you can do that. Another reason I would like to visit Yellowstone is to see the beautiful and extensive means like a long time or a lot of them, a variety. Another reason I would like to visit Yellowstone is to see the beautiful and extensive views that can be observed from the viewing areas of the Grand Canyon. Period. I would love to hike up Uncle Tom's Trail. I'm going to use an interrupter phrase here, which means I'm going to kind of, you know, when somebody's talking and they interrupt you, and then once they finish talking, you have to finish your sentence. That's what I'm going to do right here. I'm going to start saying something. I would like to hike up Uncle Tom's Trail. I'm going to interrupt myself with a comma and a fact here. A set of 300 stairs. And then I'm going to stop interrupting myself with another comma to get to the top of Tower Falls to see all of the Grand Canyon. All right. So now what I'm going to do, fourth graders, is I'm going to, I've gotten to 2 details here, and I just have one more to write about, but I'm actually not going to write about it today, but I am going to, you need to write about it, but just for modeling purposes and the length of the video. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and reread what I wrote so far, and I'm going to revise and edit. Check for capital letters, check for punctuation, and make sure that everything that I said makes sense. So here we go. The park I would most like to visit is Yellowstone National Park, located in Montana. One of the reasons I would like to visit Yellowstone is because the park has over 250 geysers. I live in the state of Florida, and we don't have any geysers that I know of. It would be amazing to travel to Montana to see something I have never seen before. You know what, fourth graders? I don't really like that word something that I chose to use, so I'm going to cross that word out, and I'm going to come up with another one. Let me reread that sentence. It would be amazing to travel to Montana to see... What am I talking about here? I'm talking about the geysers. What's another word that I could use besides something? It would be amazing to travel to Montana to see... Right next to my writing, I'm just going to put a little star, and I'm going to put a little star here because that's where I know I'm going to make an edit here. You can see that. And I'm going to kind of rework this sentence. It would be amazing to travel to Montana to see a geyser, which means I also have to take away this I. It would be amazing to travel to Montana to see a geyser, and I'm going to insert a word here, which I have never seen before. I think that's right. If not, Miss Duncan will yell at me. All right, another reason I would like to visit Yellowstone, there's that transition statement right there. Another reason I would like to visit Yellowstone is to see the beautiful and extensive views that can be observed from the viewing areas of the Grand Canyon. I would love to hike up Uncle Tom's Trail. Here's my interrupter sentence, comma, a set of 300 stairs to get to the top of Tower Falls to see all of the Grand Canyon. And you know what? I'm going to not end my sentence here. Grand Canyon's beautiful features. All right, fourth graders, that's a little sample of what I expect from you today. Remember, you're being graded on, you need 3 details, okay? Remember to restate the question as you're writing. And first cite, then explain. It's a great strategy to use. Check for capital letters in the beginning of your sentences and when you're using proper nouns and punctuation as well. If you can do that for me, fourth graders, I promise you it'll be a great grade. Happy Friday, and I'll see you later. Bye.